Ow.
You okay?
Yeah. I didn't actually hear myself. I just instinctively said ow.
I've done that before. It's weird.
I do it all the time. I don't know why.
Just because it's like you've probably experienced pain before.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of shock.
Yeah.
I just get shock confused with pain.
Okay, apparently there's a teleportation thing. Cool.
There is. I can smell toast.
Ooh.
I don't think it's toast. I think it's just cooking. But for some reason, what's that word? Associating it with toast.
Oh boy. I'm gonna die.
Don't die.
Oh boy, I'm trying. Trying to not die, that is. I mean, I could try and die if you wanted. That seems counterproductive.
Don't. I've seen enough of that today.
Okay. Then I won't. Problem solved. Immediately dies. I mean, that is very me, so...
Yeah. What was that? There's that one bit in, when you were playing Crash. It was on,
Is this, Lost City?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be smart about this. Immediately falls down. I didn't see that coming.
That is one of the most annoying parts of that game I found, is that bonus is just in a really annoying place because you think that you can jump, but where it respawns you is not in line with the platform.
Yeah.
So you just jump in front of all of them.
Yeah, that was fun. I love that game. I know you don't like the platinums in 1, because...
You mean the relics?
That's what, yeah.
That's very telling. You're like, oh, I don't consider the other ones relics.
Yeah, well, it's more I've spent hundreds of hours trying to get all of them. But, like, yes, you don't like them in Crash 1. I love them still. I think that...
It's not that I dislike them, I just don't think it was a very good decision.
I don't know, it's still, like, it's still learning the level. It's no different, really, than the other ones. It's just
well, it is,
motion.
because the other ones have, A, much better movement mechanics.
True, but...
B, I mean, I haven't seen the relics from Crash 2, so I don't really know how well that works, but B, Crash 3 has the power-ups, which make them a lot easier. C, the level design, like a lot of Crash 1 is about waiting. So it's basically all about learning cycles, whereas in Crash 3, a lot of the levels are corridors.
Yeah.
So you can cut corners and stuff, and find ways of like jumping around boxes that are in the way.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
The other part is, no wait, that was it.
The counter argument I would have to that is that, whilst I do see your point, I can do this now. The whole waiting thing. Oh, there's a boss. Okay. The whole waiting thing doesn't really necessarily apply when you're trying to get relics, because you'd be surprised how much of it isn't actually pattern based. It's sort of weighted in your favor. So that as long as you're going fast, you'll be fine. Like, you can do it in one cycle very easily. You just have to go fast. I know that is like a also like a.
But that's practically like putting a time trial on an auto-scroller, which makes no sense.
Yeah, but you still have to learn the level, much like you'd have to learn it in Crash 3 or 2. It's just you've got less.
I'd argue you don't have to learn the level in Crash 3 when you're doing the relics.
Oh yeah, you do. I mean, especially with platinums. Like, even golds.
Oh yeah,
you do. Even golds, I'd say you do. I find them quite challenging.
I find you don't really have to do that much thinking.
Fair enough.
But like, I mean, even a level like Tomb Raider, which is really cycle based because you've got the water.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's every water section, but for almost everyone, they give you a way to bypass that. You can bounce on the boxes, you can stand on the guys with the shields to not drown, you can bounce off the beetles and stuff. And even they put the beetle at the start so that you can time time the water before you start. Whereas when I was watching you do the relics in Crash 1, a lot of the boxes that you got didn't even count for anything, because by the time the cycle lined up, those seconds had already gone. So it would have been exactly the same whether you got the box or not. Oh, that was the other thing. Crash 3, when they designed that game, the level design, they didn't just consider the boxes in terms of the levels, the main levels, but they also considered them in terms of time trials. Like, another thing was when I was watching you play Crash 1, and in the light one, is it Lights Out? Is that what it's called?
Yes, Lights Out.
And you went back thinking that they'd be,
Fumbling in the Dark is the one where they're behind you.
Oh right, yeah, and you went back because you thought, well, they do this in Crash 3 and it's really cool. Like, that's a cool little secret. You can go backwards and get a bunch of 3 boxes.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that because by the time that you got back to where you were, it wouldn't have saved any time.
It would have, actually, if they made it freeze. If they had 2 free boxes, it would have saved time.
Do you think?
Yeah, I'd say 2 seconds at least.
Well, even then, like, they don't... Because when they've taken the level design from Crash 1, when they were putting boxes in Crash 1, they weren't thinking, this would be a good place to put a 3 box, this would be a good place to put a 1 box, whereas they definitely were thinking that when they made Crash 3.
Yeah, but I still don't like have a problem with it personally. I think it still feels fun.
I just think if they were willing to put time trials in it, they should have put the slide jump and like the slides from Crash 2 and 3 into Crash 1.
I don't broken it.
I don't think it would have broken it that much. I mean, arguably the different jump mechanic breaks it, because it's made some levels really hard. So if they were going to do that, I don't know why not. I mean, that's what people are saying, is that they took the jump mechanics from 2 and 3, like to make it more uniform across all 3 of the games, because for new players it would be really jarring for them to beat the first game and then instantly move over to the second game and be like, why is it different? So that's what people are saying, is they basically balanced out how the jumps work in the games. So I don't think it would have broken it that much to add in the slide jump.
I think some levels definitely would have been broken, like a slippery climb.
I mean, you say broken, but like that's the point of a time trial, is you find cheaty ways around to cheese it.
If it's only time trial and not anything else, then I guess it would be okay. But I think like if you just had it as the level in general, then yeah, it kind of breaks it, because slippery climb you just...
Well, the other thing is that in the bridge levels you can just run along the
that's true.
things, so I don't really think they care that much about being able to cheese the levels, so I don't think it would make that much of a difference. I mean, I guess it's easier to do a slide jump or a high jump or something, but...
Yeah. Must say though, that boss was awesome. That was really fun.
Yeah, the bosses in this are cool.
That was a really good boss. I'm glad I died to it, actually, because I got to appreciate it more. And I actually did it without getting touched the second time, so that was cool.
And the other thing I thought that they could do is put the Crash 3 power-ups in specific levels where it wouldn't completely break them. So like Coco, or like just a Crash 3, you know, like the thing where Coco appears on the little warp thing. If they had that, like one of the power-ups warps in, and you can have that for that level. So like the bazooka isn't gonna break every level, so they could just throw you the bazooka for that level. Or
okay, yeah, that could be interesting. They kind of do that with Crash 2. You get the running shoes.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't put the running shoes in... Well, I kind of do know why they didn't put the running shoes in Crash 1. It's probably because it wouldn't have made much of a difference because of the cycles and stuff.
But yeah, they do it well in Crash 2. I just love the game. It's one of those games I can just keep going back to every so often and just be like, I feel like playing a couple levels.
Yeah, I mean, really the thing is, like, in spite of criticisms that I have for the game, I still think it's an incredibly well done game. Like, it's important to criticize games that you appreciate, because it's just important to have a critical mind and understand, you know, just have a greater understanding of what is good and what is not good. And yeah, it's definitely a good game, and they definitely did it really well. Like, much better than anyone, I think, was imagining.
Yeah. And I mean, back to what Activision said, like they was, because it sold well beyond their expectations, they said, we're strongly considering, which means yes, it's happening, recreating other classic series. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but unless they have acquired another like franchise that isn't public knowledge,
They definitely mean Spyro.
It does.
Yeah.
They only have Crash and Spyro, so they're remaking the Spyro games. The question is, when will we find out? Will it be PlayStation Experience or E3? I think it's going to be more down to when is it ready to show it off in any form. Although actually, it's really funny. I don't know if it's still on YouTube because it was taken down pretty quickly. And someone might have re-uploaded it, but there's like a beta video of what Crash looked like originally, like in its absolute earliest form. It's used with the Skylanders engine, and yeah, created with the Skylanders engine, and they like it was clearly like week, it was like month 1 or 2. Like it isn't a Crash model, it's a Skylander that's just orange. And the life is like a cardboard cutout. It's really funny. And it's basically like they've recreated a very, very basic version of Insanity Beach. But they've extended it, and I think the extension part of it is like, some people were like, oh man, the extension, they were going to extend the original levels. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure they were just doing that to see what like jump height's like and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think every game starts with a test room, so...
Yeah, but I think they wanted to also recreate a level to be like, okay, here's what it's going to look and feel like. We need to at least have that established.
Yeah.
But it's cool that they're doing it, and by Jove, if Spyro is being remade, you can bet your ass I'm going to try and interview the team, and also try so hard to be any voice in that game. I will audition for all the things. I will beg them to audition.
Something will stick.
I can imitate voices from Spyro 2. I'm very good at it. It's fun. I want to be in your game, guys. It's never gonna happen. Sadness.
Hey, you don't know that.
Yeah, I will definitely try. Like, I will try with all my power, because I really want to be in it. I'm so hyped for it. I love Crash, but man, Spyro is so good. I'm really hyped to see it, if it is happening, of course. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Obviously, it is.
A Spyro remake might be more. The movement will probably be more accurate.
Yeah. I guess so. It's interesting because Spyro 1 feels completely different from Spyro 2 and 3, and I'd even argue Spyro 2 feels different from 3. Especially with the double jump thing. The double jump is not going to be in the game though. There's no way. Sony would never allow it because it's too game breaking.
I mean, they might keep it in, but make it so that you can't get out of bounds much.
Yeah, I guess that's possible. They could do it like that. That would be like one of the first questions. Like, you know, this double jump thing. Please put it in somehow, any way possible, even if it's a cheat code.
The thing about that though is, doesn't it? Once you know about it, you're never gonna play it the normal way.
Yes and no. I mean, I know I've contradicted myself in that before. Like, been like, oh, of course I'll play it normally, and then immediately don't. But like, I feel like when it's something like a recreation, I would, just because I want to stay faithful to what it is. And I know how I can restrain myself. I think maybe.
You can't do it.
I can't.
You're addicted to the glitch.
To be fair, it's a really good glitch.
Is it the best glitch of all time?
I don't know. There's the darkness glitch in Jak and Daxter, which is pretty great. You've got the PS2 version. You should experiment with that. It's a lot of fun.
I watched you stream it once and it looked like impossible.
It does require an in-depth knowledge of the game, yes, but it's a lot of fun. It's difficult and frustrating, and I'm hoping the texture stream that we're doing after recording this, or at least I'm doing, I don't know if you want to join me or not, the texture glitch stream, that better be just as good.
I'm sure it will.
I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped to play it. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. I'll probably end up uploading that stream, and that'll be another series on my channel, just because it's gonna take me hours to beat it. Like I beat it in just over 5 hours normally. I suspect with all the textures being not good, let's just say not good, it will take a lot longer. So that's exciting.
You should try the don't pay anyone run.
I kind of want to go for 100% because.
Well, you should at least like do the don't pay anyone run and then go and pay everyone at the end.
Oh yeah, I suppose that.
It's really nice to look at how many orbs you have, and it's just a huge number. There is one orb which I cannot get. It frustrates me so much.
Where is it?
It's in Rock Village, and because you have to pay the gladiator guy to move the bridges.
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that, so you can get across really easily with that.
Oh, right, yeah.
But there's one in the middle that is really easy to get if you just jump off one of the bridge things. But I feel like it's possible to reach.
Probably.
But I can't do it. And it's really annoying because if you fail, you get eaten by the shark.
Yes.
So you have to, like, set it all up again. It's really annoying. So I have to face it knowing that there will be one orb which I have missed until I pay them, so I can't officially do a don't pay anyone run.